Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today you get my in the bag. All right guys, let's all just keep in mind, I'm a 43-year-old amateur. I play MA40 every single time, never played a professional division. I'm currently 930 rated, but I haven't played a tournament in like a year. I play as much as I can and not nearly as much as I want to. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with putters. So we'll go up in speed from there. I putt with P2s. These got the lure stamp on there. I found those at the local disc golf store and bought a couple of them. Been putting with those ever since. I also carry some throwing putters, mainly these two Envies. So there you go, Envies. These are my favorite too. Otherwise, as far as putters go, or 3-speed discs or lower, I throw a popcorn. Like if I need to get a little more distance, I feel like this disc will glide forever. Shout out to Evan Smith for giving me this one. It was a great gift. Next up is my utility approach disc, the Saki Bomb Slammer. Now with Ricky not being with DD anymore, I assume these won't be made anymore, but I have backups. So I like these because they kind of put a governor on your, or at least for me, they put a governor on how far I can throw it. I can throw them really hard and not have to worry about overshooting the pin. It's got a nice deep rim that I feel like I can control. These are also really good for like long straight rollers when you're tucked into the woods and you need to get out and scramble. So that is the Slammer. Okay, next up, I guess we get to some of our mid-ranges. So for me, my go-to mid-ranges are going to be, or approach discs, some of them, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys call a zone? Is it a mid-range, an approach? I don't know. But I do throw zones. This is a jawbreaker zone that I really like. It's got a little more glide to it than the other zones that I have and throw. So I keep a stock of these just in case I lose this one. I actually just lost one not too long ago, but this one's got the bomber stamp from Infinite. Shout out Infinite Disc. This one here is a UV zone, so it glows blue in the sun and it's kind of like clear white when the sun is not shining on it. This is a Ledgestone one, got that at Ledgestone actually in a player's pack. All right, next up is going to be this one here, the Mutant, which is basically for me just a really overstable version of that zone. I don't throw it very often. This is a utility disc at most if I really need to get, some kind of something I can throw on angle on forehand usually and get it to always come back if I give it enough height. Don't use this much. If I'm using this, that means my previous shot probably wasn't very good. All right, I don't know if I'm going in order here or not, but my next discs are going to be my buzzes. So I don't throw a ton of mid-ranges. The 5-speed area is not something I throw a lot, but I do keep 3 buzzes from 2023 with a little custom stamp on there. Shout out to my brother on that one. This one is stable, but it flies straight for a good amount of time. Very dependable disc. Then my next one is a Buzz SS ESP that I keep in my bag. It is a straight flyer and will even kind of turn over for me when I need it to. Keep in mind, I don't throw a lot of these because these go about the same distance as my putters and I feel more comfortable with them. But sometimes if I need things to fight the wind a little bit more, then a higher speed disc helps me to do that. The other buzz I have in my bag currently is one of these fused buzzes that has the little buzz saw around the edge. I haven't figured this thing out yet, to be honest with you. For me, it's very overstable at the end of its flight, and I don't throw very hard, so I'm not sure this will stick around, but it does look really, really, really cool. All right, so that does it for my buzzes. Next up, I'm going to go to the disc I throw the most in the bag outside of a putter is going to be the Discraft Soul. This is another Ledgestone one from 2023. Really like the stamp on there. So my daughter actually picked this one out. That's why it's so pretty. But I love the Discraft sole. I love that it has this very shallow flight plate and that it has a very small rim. I feel like in my hand I can just really control it. I throw it pretty much everywhere, especially if I need a straight shot or a shot that goes left to right on the righty backhand through a tunnel or something. These are very dependable for me, so I carry 2 of them. This is the one I usually throw, and then I also carry a backup. All right, moving from there, I have yeah, I'm actually on a 5-speed still. This one's not one I see in a lot of people's bags, but I love it, and that is a Paradox from Axiom discs. A Paradox is extremely understable. It has a -4 on the turn, and it's only a 5-speed and a 0 fade. You might think it's a utility disc for me, but I hurt my elbow kind of, I don't know, about 4 years ago, something like that, pretty bad. And I am most comfortable with a very hyzer angle. And so I've had to really find discs that will flip up for me. I can throw this thing very far for me. I can get this thing to go very far, very straight if I just put it on a good hyzer, and it'll flip up. And if I want it to, I can give just a little less angle and it'll go all the way over. Now, if the wind's blowing, this disc doesn't get thrown. No wind. Next up is a disc that I don't throw often, but there are it's one of those discs where I know a few holes at a local course that I always throw this disc on. And this is actually a misprint Zombie from Discraft. And I got this one from the used bin, cost me $7. If you don't go to your used bin, your local store, hopefully you have a local store, and if you do, go to the used bin. Check that thing out. I know our local store, Disc and Dat, has an incredible used shelf, and it's all very well organized. It's great. Go to the used bin. The Zombie is just a faster buzz. That's what it is. And so it feels a little different, flies a little faster. All right. The disc I probably throw as much as the sole, or maybe a little less. I don't know. Some is this one. It is my Zach Melton Maverick. Yeah. So the Maverick, I don't even know the numbers on it. What is it? A 7-speed, glide 4, turn 1.5, and a fade 2. I feel like I can shape this disc. I can throw it just as far as any other disc in my bag. So it's a great disc. It doesn't have a real wide rim, so it feels really good in the hand, and it'll glide for days. I can just throw it out there and let it go. I feel really comfortable with this disc in my hand. I throw it most of the time off the tee. Next up, if I need something stable, you might have noticed pretty much everything in my bag outside of utility discs are pretty understable, and that's not going to change a whole lot except for these next couple of discs. If I need something stable to fight the wind, I will go to most likely my Avery Jenkins 2009 PDGA World Champion T-Bird. So this is my AJ T-Bird. It's very stable, very dependable. I can throw it into a headwind and it'll hold up for me without panning out too fast. I throw this when I need stability, and I think, what are T-Birds? 9 speeds? 7 speeds? Yep, 7 speeds. T-Birds are 7 speeds. They go not quite as far as those Melton Mavericks will go, or any Maverick for that matter, but they are much more stable. I also have a second T-Bird. This one is just a stock run, just in case I were to lose this while playing. Hopefully I don't. I've had this for a long time, so hopefully I won't lose it. All right, moving up a little bit here. Now to the 9 speeds. I only carry one mold of 9 speed currently, and that is kind of another utility disc, or a forehand utility disc, and that is an ESP Raptor. So Raptor, I don't throw a lot of forehands, mainly because I'm just not confident in them, and I need to work on that. But Raptor, I'll throw it if I've got to really throw a forehand kind of hard or try to get a flexy kind of shot. I'll throw this guy. I have another Raptor that I just picked up here recently, which is a draw breaker Raptor. and it definitely isn't quite as stable as the ESP Raptor. It feels really nice in the hand. I love Jawbreaker plastic. Also got this at the used bin, $7, guys. This is a great disc, $7. And when I throw this one, I can get it to kind of sit up and glide a little bit and then go. Now, my forehand's not good, so if you see me using this, look out. All right, to my drivers, my fastest discs in my bag, that is, I guess. I love a Mamba. If I'm gonna throw for max distance, I'm throwing a Mamba. I have 2 of them in my bag. My arm speed's not that fast, and so if I can put a disc on hyzer, give it all I got, and let that understability kind of pick it up and let it glide and go, then that's all the better for me. This is my max distance driver right here. This is just a stock run G-Star Mamba. It is 163 grams. That's right, very lightweight, and I really enjoy throwing it. If it's very windy, this thing doesn't come out of the bag, but I throw it a lot off the tee if I'm looking for max distance. I have another Mamba that I picked up not too long ago. It's the Juliana Korver Tour Series Mamba. This one is quite a bit more stable than the stock run. It's a 167, so it's not very heavy, but it is more stable, so I feel like I can throw it a little flatter and be able to get maybe even a little bit more distance out of this disc. So those are my go-to drivers. I do have one more driver currently in my bag, and that is a disc I almost never throw. As a matter of fact, this disc switches all the time because it's my stable driver, right? My faster speed stable disc. And right now it is actually a destroyer. This is actually my brother's, Kyle's, that I am borrowing to see what I think. It's a 12 speed, feels fine in the hand. I just haven't thrown it a whole lot, so I don't know. But if I were in the wind and needed to get, you know, a very specific placement, but it was wide open, for instance, I would throw this on hyzer and know that it's going to come back and then dump, hopefully in the spot that I aim for. Like I said, this one switches out from time to time. Sometimes it's like a Halo Shrike or something, which sounds funny that that would be my stable disc, but for whatever reason, a Halo Shrike is pretty stable coming out of these hands. So that is my drivers. So that's really it for my discs. That's what I throw. I do have other things though. What else do you carry in your bag? I have a couple things that are really important to me. I carry lots of extra towels. So I have 1, 2, 3, I think I got 4. I have 4 extra towels down in there. They're always on me at all times. And I have this fairly big towel here that does a great job. So 5 towels I carry with me at all times just to keep things dry. I sweat hard out on the course, and so not only do I have towels, I also keep not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of these guys just in case I were to lose them. I can't function on a disc golf course without a chalk bag in the summer. So I keep plenty of them on stock, and if you're ever disc golfing with me and you need a chalk bag, you can guarantee I've got some extra ones in my bag. All right, last thing I carry with me all the time, and it's really kind of sentimental. I'm not a sentimental guy, but I keep this on me because it is kind of a cool thing that I'm proud of. It was the first tournament that I ever won. They gave away these really cool minis, and it's like this aluminum mini. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. It's kind of dirty, but I always keep this mini on me. It was the 2022 Diskin' Dat Bluegrass Open here in Kentucky, and it was the first time I'd ever played anything other than MA3. I went up to MA2 to give it a shot, and I ended up winning. It was awesome. It was fun, and so I keep this with me. Just I don't know. I'm proud of that. Do you keep anything with you in your bag that's kind of cool? Maybe it's something you hang on your loop. Maybe it's a patch or something that means something to you. I don't know. So that's my in the bag. I hope it gave you some kind of information, being who I am and how I throw, how these discs work for me. Maybe that'll help you out to come up with some ideas on your own as to how to build your own bag. If you have any questions about my bag or anything that you see, leave a comment. I would be glad to answer any of those questions, or maybe you've got some advice for me, you know, because I'm not that great of a disc golfer. Maybe you've got some advice. Hey, Adam, maybe throw some more stability. I don't know. Hey guys, make sure to like this video for us and subscribe to the channel. That would help us out a whole lot. We love making this content, and if you want to see more of it, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time on Disc Up Disc Golf.